Hi, I'm Jessica Patterson of Spinning Shadows Fiber Arts, and welcome. I'm going to be today showing you blending of these beautiful fibers from my January Napa Valley Fiber Kit. And I'm going to show you how to blend them with hand cards. Not everybody has a blending board, or if you're looking at what to use, it can be a hard pick between getting hand carders and a blending board. And sometimes you can only get one set of tools at a time. I know I did. And when I started making Rolex, this is what I was using before I got my blending board. So I thought I'd show you that you can do lots of blending if all you get is a pair of hand carders. And you know, these are so versatile that you can, you know, card your washed fibers or prepared fibers or whatever you want into Rolags, or you can leave those carded, you know, you can card it and leave it open without rolling it and then use it that way as a cloud. So I'm going to show you that, and I hope that we have fun. This is actually, no, we are going to have fun because this is fun. So let's get started. So how I'm going to start out here is I'm going to take one carder to load it with fiber. There we go. I'll just tilt it. And let's see. I'm going to slap on some these beautiful fibers here. This is merino and alpaca, corridale and merino. And then I'm going to be using some of this beautiful lotus fiber, which is, I've never worked with this before. So this is going to be really exciting. So anyway, I'm going to just be real scientific with this here. So I'm going to load the carder with this mix first. And I'm just going to load it real lightly. Use my hand to sort of trap the fibers down on the teeth here. All right. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. There's that. Now I'm going to put on some strikes of blue right here, and right here. A tiny bit more there. Okay. And now I'm going to do some of this beautiful purple right there and right there. Now the thing about blending on a hand carder, which I am still learning, and you know, it's good to know, is you don't want to load it with too much fiber. If you're doing rolled up Rolags like I'm going to do, where I use a pair of knitting needles, which are down in the basket beside me, you don't want to put too much fiber on, because those Rolags are going to get too tight and it's going to be miserable to spin. So I'm going to take this lotus fiber and I want to put it on real lightly. Just beautiful, beautiful fiber. I can feel it. Feels like a mixture between bamboo and silk. Bamboo, I would have to say, feels somewhat like cornstarch. If you've ever dealt with cornstarch, has a bit of a starchy feel to it, but it also feels really smooth. It's different for sure. Okay, now that I've done that, I have two options here. Now one is I can take this other hand carder and I can blend these fibers really well and poof them out, just make some really traditional Rolags. Or I can take a pair of knitting needles, and they don't have to be metal like this, but just a pair of knitting needles. And I'm gonna secure the hand carder between my legs here and come up under and just pinch them together and roll. Just roll them real loosely. You know, I'm keeping my fingers in between actually, so that it just doesn't get too tight. and just roll them up. And you can see that beautiful merino alpaca as I roll it. And a little bit of fiber from my last carding. That's a little bit of Gulf Coast getting in there. So here we go. There's the first rolag off there. And I'll show you blending them, how it would look if I blended them in just a moment. Okay, now we're gonna load it up again, same as before. Just real light. You know, it's a temptation to just load the carder or blending board with as much fiber as possible. But I've found through making and spinning rollags that actually is at least for me, it's a terrible idea because it makes rollags that I don't want to spin. You know, I'm trying to learn how to use supported spindles, and I really like airy open fiber, and those kind of rollags require both hands to draft, and they're just a little bit difficult. So anyway, my preference, you know, if you want to load that blending board down, you go right ahead. You know, whatever you find fun and spinnable. It really is fun to see what people make with different things, you know. So this one's got a little bit more lotus fiber on it, but that's okay. And for this kind of blending, I wonder if I should actually put a tiny bit more fiber on. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to take these, and I'm not going to do too much blending, but just, usually when you use hand carders, you'll be going over the tines, but since all this fiber is loaded in the front, I'm just going to sort of go through it, just grab it and pull like brushing hair. And you can see already that it's starting to blend those colors in those fibers, you know. And I'm just being real gentle because I don't want to make any nips or ruin the fibers, since these are very, very nice fibers here. And you know, I could just keep carding them until they blend fully, but I don't really want to do that. So I'll just come here and I'll put these back on. Let's see. Just pull them a little bit to bring them down. There we go. It's basically like brushing hair. And I'm gonna make a more traditional airy rolag. So I'm gonna pull this up and set it down and just fold it a little bit. Fold and roll. It's gonna be messy, but there we go. You know, you can definitely make these tighter, but I don't want to. So this is a more traditional airy rolag. If I was using hand-washed fibers, this would be much messier, but I don't know if you can see that I can see a lot of air through the rolag, and it's very light, and I can feel that it's going to be easy to pull apart. And this preparation is going to make a really airy yarn. So, which I like. I'm learning how to do poofier, more woolen yarns, and this carding like this and drum carding helps. The preparation really matters for the kind of yarn you want to make. It helps a lot. So we've got all that mixed together, and it's going to come out as this beautiful blend of purple and blue with that white just adding a nice shimmer to the yarn. So from here I can go on to make either kind of rolag. For spinning, I think I'll just go ahead and use my knitting needles and make, basically blending board rolags. And yeah, I'll use up a little bit of this fiber, get it blended, and spin. And so what do you think? What do you think of using a hand carder for blending rolags? I like the option because you can use your hand carders for preparing washed or raw wool if you want, and you can also use them to prepare fibers for dressing on a distaff. It's different than just doing bats. I'll have to show that sometime. Bats are definitely easier to load on a distaff, but it just requires a little more thought when you're using your hand carders, and it's totally doable. You don't have to have all of the equipment in order to do all of the spinning. Like if I wanted a more worsted preparation of fiber after I carded, I think I could totally pull the fibers off of here, off the front, and try to make them more aligned for more worsted type of spinning. That's just a firmer, flatter yarn. And it's cool. I do like trying all the tools, and I really have fun with that, and I encourage, if you're able, to try out all the tools. But if you're not, I definitely encourage you to get a set of hand carders. They're very versatile, they're very handy, and they work. I've used them to work with my own washed wool, and while they may not get out all the vegetable matter like combs are supposed to, they open up the fibers, they prepare them for you to spin, and it really works. And also they're a lot less pointy than combs. You can see I can set my hands on this, and as long as I don't make any sudden slam my hand down on it or something, I'm not gonna hurt myself with these. But I have totally raked my fingers with this, being not careful. So if you're a spinner just starting out and you want to get into fiber preparation, I definitely recommend getting a pair of hand carders as your first tools. And these are Howard Brush Company carders. You can find them online. They have a website and they have an Etsy. I'll leave a link in the description below. And I'll also leave a link to Napa Valley Fiber. I totally recommend signing up for their Club of the Month or getting a kit. They make some of the most fantastic kits that I have ever seen. And yeah, every month I try to do an unboxing of the monthly kit, and sometimes I'll get just a kit from the website and do an unboxing of that and try to show preparation and spinning of the fibers. So anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so it lets you know when I upload new videos. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of using a pair of hand carders for blending. What do you think of the fibers that we blended today? I'm super excited about spinning lotus fiber. That's a brand new one for Napa Valley and a brand new one for me. have yet to try all the fibers available out there. I don't know if I ever will try them all, but it's always fun to try something new. So with all of that, and I'm going to be continuing on after the camera is off, have a great day. And lots of blending.